Hello, Potato. We are once again, for the third week in a row, back at the 2023 California State Fair and Food Festival. This is, of course, the annual, or at least as annual as the end of the world allowed it to be, third part of our trilogy of State Fair fun. This time we have entered in through the Midway Gate because it is a full 11 degrees cooler than it was last week. Last week was 108 when we got here. Today it's a nice frosty 97. So, you know, that still's hot, but it feels a lot nicer walking around. Like, I'm not instantly getting dehydrated just by standing here and talking. So, because it's cooler, or maybe because it's the final weekend of the fair, indeed, the day this video comes out should be the last day of the fair. It's a little busier, not that you can totally tell by looking here, but we actually couldn't park by the main gate, which is why we are in the Midway to start out with, because the parking at the front was full up this time. So we came in the Midway, which is usually where we come in anyways on our Friday visits, or at least our Friday after work visits. So yeah, we're gonna get one last shot here of seeing what there is to see, anything we've missed. Last chance to try to find some unique or interesting new foods, and maybe stay around for the fireworks again. Not sure, but we will at the end of the video, or at least towards the end of the video, have some opinions on the fair as far as food and experience and all of that. But for now, let's check out the Midway in the daytime as we go find stuff to do.
But it's like you're second guessing yourself. You hesitate.
So we're about as far from New York City as you can get and still be in the continental United States, but we do here at CalExpo have a 9/11 Memorial Plaza, which they've built over a series of years after 9/11, 2001, and it has it is, I suppose, as done as it's ever going to be. We have areas commemorating the Pentagon, and of course the World Trade Center, and I think that is all pictures of the people who were behind the building of this and the construction of it. And then this, I believe, has the names of all the people who were killed on that day. And then over here, we have pieces of the actual World Trade Center. And these have been here pretty much, I think, since 2002, maybe 2003. They've been here for quite a while. And then we have the bell tower, and this used to actually go off like every 10 or 15 minutes. I don't think I've heard it at all this year, though. I don't think I heard it all last year either. I think the bell tower has either ceased functioning, or perhaps just the noise was too disruptive to other things. Because this used to actually be where the California Kitchen was inside building 2 here before they moved it over into the old county's exhibit building. And I know it was difficult that this would go off like every 10 or 15 minutes while they were doing presentations in there. And then over on this side, we do have a memorial to the passengers of Flight 93 who went down in the field in Pennsylvania. They get a very nicely constructed fountain with just a listing of all of their names on it as well. So of course you can't have the state fair without the hot tubs. We never really stop and give the due that you need to give to the hot tubs. But yeah, they've been here. They're here every year. Pre-end of the world, post-end of the world. You know, some things come and go, but you can always count on the hot tubs. So I decided to stop at the California State Lottery booth because the Mega Millions is being drawn tonight. And just, I think it was last week before, the Powerball was up to like $1 billion. Mega Millions is up to like 940 million, I think the little sign up there says. So, you know, we're gonna stop and pay the idiot tax, get a couple lottery tickets. Not enough to get to spin the wheel, unfortunately. I'm not spending like 50 bucks on lottery tickets, but you know, get a couple. And you know, if we win, well, this channel is due for a heck of an upgrade. I mean, not quality-wise. The quality will still be crap. It's still void of intelligence, but you know, the camera will be better, and it'll be a higher-end level of crap. Oh, well, that's good to know. I didn't learn about it before. There's a water station right over here by the PG&E booth. That would have been good information to have 3 weeks ago.
I've been trying to predict what it's going to end up, but I always get wrong. Environment. What should you how do you write this one? Oh, this is what is the emergency number? It's 911. Yeah. It's 911. Can you get a bag and a pencil? Electrical safety. Which is the following should you keep away from sinks, bathtubs, or anything wet? A, a hair dryer, B, a plug-in shaver, or C, an electrical radio, or D, all the above?
All the above.
Yeah, it's all the above. Because you don't want to mix water with the electricity.
Right.
You know, it'll shock you. Okay, you got the bag or a pencil. And the pencils change colors in a cold environment.
Oh, the pencil then.
Yeah, like they change colors in a cold environment.
You saw what they're talking about. All these canopies have a message. You call 811 before you do any digging. It's a free service. It's a third party. They will call and notify all the utility companies, and they will come out and look at and mark the lines for free. So, for the big price that I have here in my hand, is that an electric meter, or a gas meter, or a water meter? What do you think? I represent this company, Pacific Gas and Electric.
Gas.
It's a gas meter. Okay. So the next question is, what is Barbie's favorite color right now?
Barbie's?
Barbie.
Pink.
That's
Always
right.
pink.
Yeah, it's always been pink.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
We got keychains, little PG&E torch keychains. Keychains are always nice. So they have a Beyblades booth where you can get a free starter kit. Well, I'm always down for a free something, so. We used to sell these, aren't at KB we sold Beyblades. They were like super popular at that point. But yeah, let's get...
She didn't see. She didn't see. Get a couple of those.
So we got a pair of free Beyblade Burst quad drives. Never actually owned a Beyblade, so this will be the first time I've ever actually had a Beyblade. Maybe we'll, I mean, they want you to play with it over here, but I kind of feel like if we get on the ground, getting back up might be an issue. So we will just save our Beyblades for later. It's a cool little freebie. It's a kind of the nicest freebie thing I've seen here yet. So that's pretty cool. So we've made our first culinary stop of this visit, and in lieu of there being anything particularly new and different and interesting, we've gone to a kind of a fixture of the fair. Last week I tried the Sleek Greek. This week we've gone to Sharky's Fish Fry. It's here every year, like before the end, after the end. Sharky's Fish Fry has been a kind of constant, and it's one we usually don't go to often. We go to maybe get like the bucket of fries, and that's about it. But this year we decided to actually try their fish and chips. And it's a little expensive. I mean, it's the state fair, everything is. It's weirdly priced at $22.07, but that way comes out to an even dollar with taxes included. And you get two, honestly, fairly generous portions of fish and a decent amount of chips. So let's give these a try. I picked up myself some cocktail sauce. My wife has gone with the vinegar. Let's give it it's nice and crispy. Seems pretty tender on the inside, pretty flaky.
Might be bones.
One of the things that might be bones. I think they're gonna be fairly boneless, but we'll be careful. Let's try it with a little bit of cocktail sauce, as is my personal preference. Well, no bones in that bite. Good. The fish, pretty lightly flavored, not overly fishy or overly strong. What's the crunch like on this breading, though? The breading's a little thin, but it's got a good crunch to it. Let's try the vinegar. I don't usually do the vinegar. It's more my wife's thing, but we'll give it a try since it's here. Better crunch that time. Yeah, not bad. I like my cocktail sauce better. Let's try a fry. They are, of course, the skin-on variety, which I guess, I don't know if I prefer that or not. You don't see it too often anymore. It was like a fad for a while, but not so much anymore. Not bad. It does taste like a freshly cut potato. It doesn't taste like it's been frozen, so that's good. Not salty, which kind of surprises me. They probably had salt over there. You know what I forgot to put on my fish? I didn't put any lemon on here. Let's put a little lemon on here, because that's the way you really should be doing fish and chips. All right, now let's give it a try. Yeah, that works. That comes out pretty good. So, not bad at all. Not bad for fish from a carnival booth, which is normally a thing I would generally try to avoid, but this is pretty good. So we said last week, if the weather was a little less aggressive this week, I wanted to come back to the CBD Chill Bar and try the coffee, because not sorry about having too much caffeine and dehydration today as I was last week. So what I got was the high-level cold brew nitro cold brew coffee. That's it, with some of the cream soda slushy in it. I think it's what we're getting, that nice little white cap on the top there. They had like a really big slushy. I think it had 75 milligrams of CBD in it, and that looked interesting. Had they had it last week, I probably would have got that, but I really wanted to try the coffee, so that's what we're gonna do today, with a little extra sweetener put into it. They actually have like a subscription box I guess you can sign up for and get this coffee. I'm assuming just the coffee, not nitro brewed, as like a subscription box, which is kind of interesting. You know, I kind of thought the cream soda would make it really sweet. It's actually just what I'm getting. It's like a very smooth coffee taste. I mean, I guess that's normal with nitro cold brew, right? It's very smooth. I'm not getting a lot of bitterness. I'm not getting very much of the cream soda flavor. I kind of thought that would be a little more prevalent. Mostly I'm just getting a nice kind of maybe like a medium roast, smooth nitro coffee. It's quite nice. So I wonder how the calming effects of CBD work with the uncalming effects of nitro cold brew coffee. Guess I'm gonna find out. Apparently it's keeping me from talking properly already. We'll find out what that does to me as this video progresses. I remember seeing this the last couple times we were in here, the evolution of dabbing. I am particularly drawn to the Hitman Dabbuccino there. Yeah, these are all absolutely foreign to me, but they do look cool. I do like the kind of old-timey pipe looking thing there. The unicorn. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a dab pen. But yeah, definitely like the see, it looks like a bong to me. That's not a bong. Guess it's got an oil rig. Also looks like someone's been testing that one out. There's a little residue in that one. So first of all, I was wrong about the bell tower. I think it actually just stopped, but I guess it goes off on the half and the hour. So the top and bottom of each hour, because it like literally just finished. But also, over here by the 9/11 Plaza, I've commented in videos this year about liking elote flavored things, but never actually finding a place that sold proper elote. Well, I think we've got that solved here. The corn on the cob booth, that does look like proper Mexican style street corn. So I am finally gonna try some and see what it's supposed to taste like compared to what it tastes like in the form of chips and snack mixes and dips and all that other stuff. Try some actual, hopefully some proper, authentic, well, ish, it's the fair, elote. All right, so I've got my my corn here. It's dipped in mayonnaise and cheese. Look at what to put on it. I think lemon, because there's always lemon flavor in the snacks. Maybe some of the chili lime. I don't know what amore is, but I guess maybe some tagine that has like that kind of tartness, right? Let's dress this up a bit, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, so I've gone with lemon juice, that tagine stuff, some chili powder, some garlic salt. I was gonna do chili lime, but there was just like kind of a clump of it left in the bottle, so I didn't do that. So finally, we're gonna try what is, I guess, sort of looks like proper elote. Let's give it a try. It's not that really sweet corn like the flavor you usually get in the elote chips and stuff. But it's got a good flavor to it. It goes well with the cheese and the mayonnaise, I guess, to hold everything on. Could probably put a little more lemon on it than I did, though. But yeah, it's good to finally have some elote. It's not maybe as strong as some of the chips and stuff, but that could just be I just didn't put enough stuff on it. But also, we got something on a stick now, and that's a good thing too. Help me. The line for the wine slushies looks to be at the length of the line for the Rise of the Resistance. So I think we are going to skip wine slush, even though the weather is much nicer this time. Much less aggressive. It's even a nice little breeze. But yeah, we're gonna skip the wine slushy, and I think go try to find some cake or cheesecake or something. So I commented in a past video that like all the new things that were good last year haven't been here, but there was actually one thing that we really liked last year that is here again, and that is Cakes by Jeff the Chef. They're nice little cheesecakes, perfect for like 2, maybe 3 people. Not huge, but definitely generous for 1 person. We picked up the raspberry and chocolate to try today. As you can see, it's got raspberry sauce. It's like maybe some chocolate infused whipped cream. Looks a little dark, could just be the lighting where I'm sitting here. And definitely got chocolate sauce on it though. So let's give that a try there. Cheesecakes last year I think were pretty good. That is a thick whipped cream. It's very thick and dense whipped cream. Probably what helps it hold its shape a little better. Here we go. A little raspberry sauce there. And give it a try. That's really good. The cheesecake is really smooth and creamy, not overly tart, which I don't mind a tart cheesecake, but I know a lot of people don't care for that. Try some of that cream on its own if we can. Is that, I guess this is just white, isn't it? It's just we're sitting in shadow. I honestly can't tell if that's just whipped cream. You want to give it a try?
It looks like chocolate.
It looks like chocolate. We'll try some of the cream by itself. Because if it's chocolate, it's a fairly subtle chocolate. But just try some of the cream on its own.
It's chocolate. It's just very light.
I'll take your word for it. It's definitely subtle if it is chocolate. I'm definitely getting a good whipped cream flavor though. So it's just like last year. Not a lot of good new stuff this year, but the returning stuff that we tried has definitely been just as good as it was the first time. Another new thing we tried last year that we tried them a couple times was Balance Me Out coffee. It's all plant-based stuff. Like we tried, I think, the coffee lemonade last year and the caramel apple, and they were both interesting. This year we've tried something I think a little less out there. It's black cherry iced tea. Oh, sorry, it was cherry black iced tea. It says black cherry on the cup, so that's what's throwing me. It's not actually black cherry flavor, it's just cherry flavor. But yeah, no espresso this year because I've also already had that cold brew coffee, so I want to cut down on the caffeine just a little bit. Let's give it a try. I kind of thought it'd be sweeter. The cherry is not super strong. I mostly taste the black tea. Not bad though. What did you think? It's not as strongly cherry flavored as I thought it'd be. And yeah, kind of like the drinks we got from them last year, it is not a sweetened beverage, but it does have a nice tea flavor. And the cherry is very, very subtle, but not bad. And I think something you're more likely to buy again than say the coffee lemonade. That was interesting. So we finally reached that point of coming to the state fair where we've kind of done everything there is to do, but there's still like 90 minutes till the fireworks, so we're gonna check out the big barn. I think we usually save for the last video in the yearly state fair trilogy, because that's when you get to the point that looking at some livestock will kill a little time. Wow.
Too big?
Too big.
Really?
Well, I have a
How long? Or?
He doesn't seem particularly friendly, but he won a couple of awards. He's probably embarrassed after being shaved. How you doing, miss? Are you a llama or are you an alpaca? I think you are an alpaca because you're like a little shorter and stockier. Is that correct? Apparently it is.
Chance that I've been given, so I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you.
Remember when I read you, then you can start to make it better. Hey Jude, don't be afraid. We will make you go out and get her.
Thank you.
The minute you met her under your skin, then you begin.
Thank you so much.
Falling in love, trying to pour a little sugar in her Dixie cup, talking over the speakers in the back of that truck. She jumped up and cut me off. She was like, oh my God.
So we thought a good way to see the lights of the Midway is something we don't normally do at the fair. Haven't done for quite a while, since they stopped having it be part of the season pass. You could buy like a special season pass to get it now, and that's ride the monorail. Yep, so we're gonna try to get a view of the fairground from the monorail. gotta wait for our train to depart. And here we go.
Yeah, it took like 20 years for that cut to heal. It was on my big toe, and it cut so deep that when it healed, sort of, it was like a flap of skin that if I pulled on it, it would tear. It took like 20 years for that flap to like heal. Look at that. Especially when you come over here and there's nobody here. No, it was at Park. I really miss that they don't have the tractors here anymore. Yeah, the 5-wheel tractors. They here every year. That's cool. Go out there. Yeah, chill.
I like getting that. That's so lucky.
So I feel it's safe to say that I chose poorly on which side of the monorail to sit on, but it was still a nice, relaxing ride. You know, it's not Disneyland, but we got to ride a monorail, so that's nice. And it's, you know, it's a view of the fairground and of the fair that you don't normally get to see, which is, of course, you know, in and of itself nice.
Unfortunately, the time has come for the end of the evening. Everybody, good night. We hope you had a great time. We'll see you next time.
Hello, potato. So as we wrap up our time here at the 2023 California State Fair and Food Festival, we've each picked one last food item. My wife has gone for the traditional dipped cone because it's the first time we've been here that it's not been so hot that it melts faster than you can eat it. How is it?
Delicious.
Good. I have gone for a fair favorite. So there were no more Terry's Monster Dogs, I think is where it was I used to go to all the time. They are apparently no more. So I've gone with a Milo's corn dog because we tried a Juicy's dog. It wasn't in the video last week, but we tried a Juicy's dog, and frankly, it was just disappointment on a stick. Pronto Pups is never here anymore. I think they don't exist anymore. And I can get hot dog on a stick at the mall, so why would I come here for it? So I've gone for a Milo's dog. I used to get Milo's pizza and it was pretty good. So I'm hoping the corn dog is too. Let's give it a try. It's very hard to hold a camera and eat a corn dog at the same time. Well, it's definitely better. Definitely better than the Juicy's dog. The crust has a little crunch to it. Let me try that without my mouth full. The crust layer, the outer coating of the corn, has a little bit of a crunch to it, which the Juicy's one absolutely didn't. It kind of tasted dry and a little stale, and the hot dog, and it had a really weird texture, and this actually tastes like a proper corn dog. So if you watched last year's third video, this view might look a little familiar because this is where we summed up last year's experience. I figured let's do that again, which means I'll have to hold on to my corn dog while we do that. So, general opinions of this year's fair. Last year, I was of the opinion that it felt like a dress rehearsal, like we didn't quite know what to do with ourselves in the endemic era post the end of the world. But I hope that this year they'd have gotten that all sorted out and we'd have things to, if not the old normal, a new normal. Well, it turns out last year's feeling of dress rehearsal was normal, at least for the time being. Because, of course, normal's just whatever you're doing at any given time, generally. So, yeah, it's very much the same as last year, right down to most of the same food vendors, same rides in the same positions, same pretty much everything, for better or for worse. And it's not a bad experience if you don't try to compare it to the way things were 10, 15, 20 years ago. In and of itself, it's a good time. It's the fair. It's still food on a stick, food in a bucket, deep fried whatevers. And there's a lot of fun to be had, especially if, you like to go on rides and stuff. But it is lacking the feeling of new things to try that we've had in the past. And it, of course, is lacking as many vendors in the vendors' halls. But overall, still a good time. I'm not disappointed per se, just I more miss the way it used to be. But that said, we have to pick our bests and worsts of the fair. So, worst food of the fair that we tried. Again, it wasn't on the video last week, but that Juicy's corn dog was easily, for me, the worst thing we had this year. What about you?
Same.
The Juicy's corn dog was the worst. Best food. I'm gonna go with the Greek fries from the Sleek Greek. They were super flavorful. You got a fair amount of stuff for the price. Maybe a little bit salty, but really good cheese flavor, good tzatziki sauce on it. Those are my favorite food we had at the fair this year. What about yours?
The fish and the chips that we had.
The fish and chips from Sharky's?
Yeah.
Yep, those were good too.
Or the tacos.
The Benito's quesadilla tacos?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were good. A little expensive for what you got. 18 for 3 of those. I mean, all the food here is a little expensive. It's kind of like, I think I said in last week's video, it's kind of Disney prices without the Disney atmosphere. Best experience of the fair. I'm going to go with the Lost World of Dragons. It was, first of all, free aside from the gift shop, but you could easily spend an hour or more in there doing the quest to become a dragonologist, looking at all the trivia and information on dragons and ostensibly dinosaurs and mythology surrounding dragons. And at the end you got a little thing. Yeah, it was just a little Zoltar card that said you were a dragonologist, but I still think that's really cool, especially for like younger people experiencing it. What is your favorite thing?
I agree with the dragon.
Lost World of Dragons? Yeah, I always like what's in there. It's, robots, toys, music, movies, science fiction. But I really think that the Dragonology thing, or Lost World of Dragons, I think reached a level they haven't reached in a number of years, even pre-pandemic. And what about the worst thing at the fair?
The heat.
Yes, definitely. Tonight was very nice. It started off in the 90s. It's probably now low 80s, upper 70s. It's actually quite nice out here. And I think the crowds can speak to that. I know you can't see a lot of crowds from the angle that we're looking at right now, but I think the crowds really speak to the weather being a lot nicer tonight. Last week's 108 to start with was just horrible, and the week before was like 105 or 6. Wasn't great either. But it was yeah, the heat was definitely the worst thing at the fair this year. It's unfortunate that most of the fair was under an excessive heat warning. But I think that about does it for us for the fair this year. The freeze-dried candy was definitely interesting stuff. I wish there had been more new food to try, but we did try some booths that are here every year, like Sharky's, like Sleek Creek, that we never really have given a chance before. And that's been to our benefit. I think those are ones that we will look at again next year, especially if there's not anything like new and unique. But I think that does about wrap up the 2023 California State Fair and Food Festival Trilogy. You have anything else last you want to say?
No.
So no, that's a no from her. So yeah, I think that ends this. The fair. When this, I think I said like back in the beginning of the video. This video is going to release, or planning to release it, on the last day of the fair. If for some reason you're watching this on the morning of Sunday, July the 30th, and you're in the area and you want to go to the fair, that is your last chance. There is a lot of fun still to be had, even if it's maybe not quite to the levels it was in the 90s and the early 2000s. There's still lots of fair food, lots of fair doings, and there's a freeze-dried candy, which is certainly interesting, and a newish thing we've run into at the fairs this year. And this probably is it for fairs for us, at least until Gold Country Fair, I think in September. I don't think we're going to do any other fairs between now and then, so that'll be our last fair experience of the year, but this is our last fair experience of the summer proper. So I thank you for joining us here at the fair. I hope you found these videos to be entertaining or interesting. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye, everybody.